Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be introducing my new freeze dryer that I have in my house, and I'm also joining a collaboration hosted by the Inquisitive Farm Wife. I've been talking about her a bit. I'm calling her like the queen of collaborations. She is so good at finding other people who have the same goals as her and meeting up with them and hosting or participating in these amazing collaborations. In my freeze dry video, I'm going to be introducing my freeze dryer and telling you where I put it and why, and also what my goal is for this. But first, let's go into a little detail about exactly what freeze drying is. Freeze drying works by freezing the food, then reducing the pressure and adding heat to allow the frozen water in the food to change directly to vapor. This allows food to keep up to 95 to 99% of its original nutrients, which is higher than any other form of food preservation out there. I get questions a lot on exactly what is a freeze dryer, what can you freeze dry, and what makes it so different than anything else. No, it's not just a regular freezer or a regular dehydrator, or even a regular dryer. I see preserving food as a superpower, and that's exactly what this freeze dryer is going to make you able to do. You can freeze dry spices, olives, berries, coffee, and best of all, ice cream. Hopefully this helps explain a little more in exactly how the freeze dryer works by freezing the items and then doing two forms of drying to help preserve food for a longer amount of time. So now you have a rough idea of exactly what freeze drying is and what you're able to freeze dry. Mine is a small. I recently got gifted it from my Aunt Dinah. So it has 3 compartments here for 3 trays, and it comes with a liner here for easy removal. Learn as a new homesteader is different ways to preserve your food. That's the main goal and probably one of the most important skills you're going to have if you're wanting to be self-sufficient or even just be less dependent on the grocery store. You're going to have to know how to save and prepare food, how to preserve it, how to keep it for long-term storage after you preserve it. And that's one of the perks about the freeze dryer is that it can preserve food up to 25 to 30 years is how long this food can be good for if you do it correctly and you store it correctly. That's why a lot of people are taking the time and money to invest in a freeze dryer because it's a piece of equipment that you put your energy into and it lasts for a long time. One of my major goals with my freeze dryer is my mom is diabetic and she does not do well with her food, with her insulin. She lives with another diabetic and neither of them are really good with the cooking department now as they're getting older. So my goal is to make diabetic friendly meals, freeze dry them, package them, and send them to my mom. That way all she has to do is add hot water or cold water depending what it is, wait a couple minutes, and then she can have a healthy home cooked meal that she didn't have to put the time and energy into, but she can eat due to her diabetes. So that's really a big goal of mine. I'm super happy that I was saving up for one, but my Aunt Dinah gifted me this one, which is fantastic. So I can go ahead and get started on that. So what you can expect from me in the future with my freeze dryer, I pretty much have 3 categories I'm going to be freeze drying in the future. I'm going to be doing the diabetic meals from my mom, as well as meals for ourselves. Any leftovers we're going to freeze dry and just start putting those meals away. The second thing I'm going to be freeze drying is any fresh food, like the garden harvest. I utilize our local food bank quite a bit, and they have tons of produce that they will give out at a time because they have excess of it and nobody wants it or nobody knows what to do with that much produce. So it's a take as much as you can handle kind of situation. And that's really what got me into preserving and canning, was when I was given the opportunity to have this much produce. I was like, well, shoot, I'm going to take advantage of it and I'm going to learn how to pressure can. I'm going to learn how to dehydrate. And now I'm learning how to freeze dry. That cuts down on food waste. Food waste in America is absolutely atrocious. So I just want to throw out real quick that if you're struggling with food, I really hope that you would look into your local food bank. They are there for a reason. They're a good resource. And if we don't use them, they're going to go away. So if that's something that you've been needing to consider, that you feel the pinch of inflation, you're tight on food, please consider going to your local food bank. That is really where I get a lot of the food to can. Like these blueberries right here. I got these when I was able to get, it was like 16 containers of blueberries from the food bank last summer because they were going bad and they're like, take them. So I canned them and now they're on my shelf. This butternut squash was going bad and they gave me a whole case. Canned it, have it on my shelf. And this is food that normally would have just gone bad. And so being able to preserve your own food, it's like a superpower, right? And I want that for you guys, and I want to share that with you. So that's the second thing I'm going to be doing with my freeze dryer, is just using it for everyday food to preserve and put aside for my family so we can have a backup of emergency food for us as well, and for camping, anything like that. And then the third thing I'm going to be freeze drying is just some fun stuff. Like, I've heard you can freeze dry candy and it turns out really well, ice cream, coffee, things like that. So I'm going to be trying to freeze dry some more fun things, as well as meals for my mom and meals for my house as well. So that's what you can expect from me, from my channel with the freeze drying. She is hooked up. Husband ran her last night and she's running great. I'm not going to be able to do anything for you guys today, but the great thing about this collaboration is that there's all these other channels that have done so many different cool things with their freeze dryer. So check out the playlist below of all the other channels participating in this collaboration. Thank you, Angela, for inviting me and allowing me to participate. The big prize is that Harvest Right is giving away a medium freeze dryer, so one that's the next size up than this. So you can win a freeze dryer for yourself through this collaboration. So thank you, Angela, for getting in contact and having this and hosting this so everybody can win something. There are also going to be tons of prizes from all the other channels. Check out when she's going to be doing her live to announce the winner of this gracious gift. And thank you for checking me out and my channel. And I hope you're excited for more freeze dry videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Beards.
Maybe about this.